Sanctuary, back with another new comic book week video. So these are the books that came out on August 12th, and it was a pretty normal week. You had a little bit of Image, a little bit of Independence, a little bit of Boom, a little bit of DC, a little bit of Marvel. You had a whole shebang of comic publishers pushing out some new books this week. So to start with what I pulled this week and just finished reading today, I have Joined the Future number 4. This is a continuation of what we've been reading about with Clementine fighting against modern society and the future, and this big futuristic city where everyone kind of lives in a dystopian lifestyle that they don't mind because a lot of stuff is given to them. It's actually pretty good. She was forced to make a choice to whether or not to sign on and become a citizen or not. And she makes a couple of decisions in this book that will drive this book to its conclusion. And I've been really enjoying Joining the Future. It sounded interesting and I picked it up, and even my comic shop likes it. It's been a good read, but I don't want to say too much about it because saying too much about it might spoil things. So I don't want to spoil things. All right. On to a new number 1 from Image Comics. We have Big Girls. Not what you think. This is a story about a girl who's a giant and she has to fight these giant-style monsters. So if you're an anime fan, think Attack on Titans without the Titans and mega-sized humans. There's actually a couple of difficult things that are mentioned in this book from a couple things that people would have opinions on, but I don't want to drive too much into real. But I enjoyed this read. It seems like it has a very good story. There's a lot of potential here, and even the author and writer Jason Howard has said that he really enjoyed writing this book, and he started working all the way to issue 7. So this is possibly a brand new ongoing series from Image Comics. But I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to add it to my pull list because the story just seems interesting to me. So we'll see. I don't want to spoil too much about it. Alright, from Arbola Jason the 4th, we have Something is Killing the Children, issue number 9. Here we learn a little bit about Erica's backstory, and I do apologize, my cat is trying to eat some plastic. So if you hear any noise that sounds like a cat chewing, he's safe, don't worry. So going back to the comic, Something Killing the Children number 9, we get a little bit of a backstory about Erica Slaughter and how she joined the House of Slaughter, and how she her first encounter with these monsters, and it was a gruesome experience for her because it affected a lot of people very, very, very close to her. But I enjoyed this issue. It definitely continued building on this new storyline, explaining a lot of things in the world for Something is Killing the Children. The monsters are still out there, and there is death in this book again, but it was a really, really good read. I've been enjoying it. Keeping up the good work. All right, we got from Marvel, we got X-Force by Benjamin Percy. This is a path to the X Swords event, which is coming right on the heels of Empire. I haven't read any Empire books because there are just way too many Marvel book tie-ins that I don't have any interest in reading for that event. So maybe if they consolidate all of Empire into a collected edition, I might pick up that. But X-Force number 11 is a path to X of Swords, and here we just kind of learn about a couple of different things. We learn about these new enemies that our friends have killed, and how they're kind of like those Russian marionette dolls where there's multiple little smaller versions inside of a bigger version, and they're on a path to claim a sword, the sword of Ouroboros, I think. Sorry, my pronunciation is way off there. But this was a fairly decent read. X-Force has always been a fantastic Marvel book, and this is a really good. This has been one of two of the only books that I have actually kept reading, because Fallen Angels stopped at issue 6 because that writer had other books that they were working on. But this was a decent book. We learned a little bit about Domino and Colossus. We learned where Colossus has been since the events of the first arc in X Factor, when Domino was in that laboratory being mutilated, pretty much, and get a little bit of history there. Learn a couple new things, but this was a really good read. Definitely liked it. Do recommend. All right, on to our DC comics. We got The Batman's Grave number 9. We continue our Detective Batman's progress to see how this character, this new enemy, is kind of out there to get him. This is I'm kind of getting a little lost with what's going on in Batman's Grave, but I do enjoy it. You got the witty banter between Batman and Alfred. You got the multi-page fight scenes, and there is a good story here, but we'll see where this goes. So this was an okay read this week. And here we have Wonder Woman number 760, because they went to Legacy, numbering at issue 84, which is issue 84 became issue 750. Here we learn about Wonder Woman. We learn more about Maxwell Lord and how he controls minds. He's actually going to be a big villain in the upcoming. Whoa, my cat went into the box. He is going to be the main villain in the upcoming Wonder Woman 1984 movie, which should release this year, but something tells me that they might be pushed out to on demand, just because with everything going on with the pandemic still. So yeah, but this is a good read. We learn a lot, and there's a really good dream sequence in here, and I am really interested. I'm really curious to know more about Wonder Woman's neighbor, Emma. I did read something on Twitter where the writer says, like, hey, pay attention to Wonder Woman's new neighbor. She'll be important in the run. So, good read. Definitely going to continue reading it. Right. Now we have Batman Detective Comics. This is number 1025, and this is part of the Joker War Collateral Damage. Here we have Batwoman and Batman going into Wayne Enterprises to free Lucius Fox. And Joker has all the cool toys that Batman used to use, but as we know from issue 94 and 95, Batman doesn't really have access to that anymore. So this was a really, really good read. Very suspenseful book with everything that they were doing. I was expecting certain characters to show up out of nowhere, but I was pleased by seeing Batwoman and Batman together again. Batwoman apparently had her own series, but it got canceled a long time ago. But this was a good read. So really all I can say without spoiling this book is they're trying to fight their way to Wayne Enterprises to free Lucius Fox. And to get there, they gotta go through the war-torn streets of Joker War. Very good read, very intense. Really looking forward to where this goes. Alright, Here we have Star Wars Darth Vader number 4. Number 3 I just picked up last week, or 2 weeks, I don't remember. I picked up my comics a little bit later because I had to line them up with paychecks. But here we have Darth Vader number 4. From where we left off, Darth Vader was about to get eaten up by a sea monster. And that sea monster gets killed, and he continues on his quest to find Padme's grave. And what I really liked about this book is, what I really liked about this book was the fact that it really pays tribute to episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the Star Wars saga. And I couldn't be more satisfied with how this book is being written by Greg Pak and team. I felt it was really good seeing Padme's most loyal servants really pay homage to her, and how they were willing to sacrifice no matter what it took to do what they needed to do for their queen. But this cover is lit. I forgot to figure out who this cover was by, but if I had to guess, this cover is by someone. I had to look it up, so I should really write scripts to these videos. But really good read, really interested to see how Darth Vader number 5 is going to look. And that cover is lit, let me tell you. Alright. And for my pick of the week is, believe it or not, is Dark Knight's Death Metal number 3. I got the regular Type A foil cover, and I got this really cool Artgerm superhero variant because it looked really cool and I wanted it. But this book was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend this. This was a huge improvement over Death Metal number 2. Huge improvement. Thankfully, since I read Dark Knight's Legends of the Dark Knights, this book made a lot more sense. So, we learn that they're trying to free the trapped heroes, and they are heroes from, believe it or not, I almost feel like they knew that these series were going to be canceled, but the trapped heroes are the heroes that they're trying to rescue, and it so happens that those are the same heroes that their titles have been canceled by DC this week. So, I suspect that Death Metal is actually going to reboot the DC universe, and we're going to see some new series come out of it sometime in 2021, maybe the summer or maybe spring. I don't know. But this was a great read. This is my pick of the week, and I really liked it. We learn about the Darkest Night, which is the Batman who the Batman Who Laughs became, and we also have Wonder Woman setting plans, and this story continues in Justice League. But it was just really enjoyable. I absolutely enjoyed it. Pick of the week. Now it's not in this pile, but let me go grab it. So this is a runner-up for pick of the week. This is Tom Taylor's 7 Secrets. This is the connecting variant, so I guess there's going to be another connecting variant for issue 2, but unfortunately my comic shop by the time I got out there was sold out of the Type A cover for the 7 Secrets, but they had this one up on their wall, so I went ahead and purchased it. This was a really good read, very intriguing story here. What are these 7 secrets? And what other secrets do these people have to hold dear? We learned a lot. Apparently there was a lot of sacrifice in here for something that wasn't supposed to be done between couples, etc. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed this read. I'm also adding this to my poll list along with Big Girls. I absolutely enjoyed it. Great read, great book. Very interesting story. I don't want to say much because it will spoil the book almost right away because it happens like right at the beginning of the book. But really good read, very satisfied with it, and looking forward to reading more from Tom Taylor. Alright, that is it, guys, for my polls for this week. If you like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you polled this week, what did you like, and if you like the video, you can give this video a thumbs up. It does help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm with my growing channel. And if you dislike the video, go ahead. You can hit that thumbs down button. I don't mind. But if you comment that you don't like the video, I only really will read the constructive criticism comments. And if you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Occasionally I'll upload a Final Fantasy XIV video. And if you want to be first in my videos, hit that notification bell up in the upper right hand corner. But nonetheless, guys, thank you all for watching, and you all continue to stay safe. There is still a pandemic going on, so I hope you are following the rules, which are wearing a mask and following social distancing, getting in and getting out of what you have to do if you have to go inside a restaurant, a store, whatever, and wear a mask, and we'll get through this. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching, and you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye bye.